by the way, on the Iran thing. Fuck off.
Oh,
You
yeah.
don't attack Benghazi and then attack another embassy. Did you see the fucking state of that
Oh,
place?
mate, I had some fucking bellend. You know, everyone, yeah, it's all right. To hate Trump is fine. You know, we all
Yeah, of
hate
course, man.
politicians. But to go to that degree of Trump derangement syndrome where you'll support fucking Iran.
I know. And don't get me wrong, there's good people there. One of my neighbours is
Of
from
course
Iran.
there are, but we're talking about governments here. You know, it's like I get a load of
Yeah.
shit because LiveLeak lets Press TV post on there. And it's like, you know, someone told me I was being a traitor to Salman Rushdie for allowing it, which was quite amusing. But they haven't broken the rules, and we're not a government, we're a fucking website. Get over it.
Yeah.
You know, let the governments do the government shit. I don't really care if Press TV post a fucking video of people marching and crying about this fucking general that found himself in many pieces all over the bastard in floor. Fuck those people. But this guy was saying, well, you know, it wasn't the Iranians that attacked the embassy, it was Iraqis because Americans killed 26.
Oh,
It was the
fuck off.
fucking Iraq. But you know what they say to you? Well, you need to go away and do your research.
Oh, so General Salamander would just happened to be there.
He
did
was
he?
visiting. He was on
In a
holiday.
war zone.
He was
in
on
a military
holiday
convoy
in
You know,
Iraq and accidentally got involved in the sacking of a US embassy. Now, number two here, this is the big one. What did they think was going to fucking happen?
I know, man.
If you attack a US embassy, you got away with it once in Libya. What makes you think that shit's going to fly a second time? Because all this shit people going on about Russia, China, I get it, you know, powerful, blah, blah. Russia, by the way, is broke to fuck. They were never the boogeyman they were made out to be by the Americans in the 80s. Okay? It's just not the case. It's just not the fucking case. The thing is, the US is a massive global superpower and it can reach out anywhere and slap you like a gingerhead stepchild. Now, people are saying, well, you know, they couldn't even handle Afghanistan. Do not, for 1 minute, think that the US would treat Iran like Afghanistan. You know, Iran is behind so much heinous shit around the world that I don't care what your political views are. Sometimes, you know what? Pick a fucking side. You don't have a choice in this. Oh, well, you know, I can see the good. No, you can't see the good and the bad. All right, America does a lot of shit I really don't like. I don't agree with the death penalty for minors and mentally ill people. Some of the foreign policy is disgusting, but you know what?
Child marriages as well in America.
Yeah,
Don't forget child marriages.
Stay pure for daddy. But you know, on the balance of things, Iran's just that bit fucking worse.
And they attacked American soil.
Yeah.
People keep forgetting about it. They keep talking about it as if fucking Salamander was just sat there, like, you know, on the beach enjoying his Christmas with his kids. And then Trump just went, yeah, fucking yeah. And no. They attacked and all right, so he did it through his fucking proxy bullshit, which is his job. That's what he's famous for.
That's what the
organizing
Quds,
militias.
That's what the Quds Brigade do.
And the only reason I've seen people actually saying, well, no one died. And it's like, yeah, because unlike last time this happened, Trump actually sent fucking elite troopers there straight away.
That's the thing these fuckers ignore, though, is that an attack on an embassy is an attack on the soil of the country whose embassy that is.
Of course it is.
So Iran attacked America.
Yes, it was literally an attack on America. You fucked at that point. Yes. I don't give a fuck.
Especially when, I mean, here's the other thing. People are saying he needs congressional approval for this. It's wrong. Barack Obama, and I hate to play the fucking game, as you know, but I know, fuck this. Let's come out and sell the fucking truth. Barack Obama launched nearly 3,000 attacks on Libya and elsewhere without any congressional approval whatsoever fucking ever. And at no point did he make the Iranians fucking cry.
It's the law that he brought in. That's the same one that Trump used now to do this attack. And no one was crying when no one was stressing when it happened with Bin Laden.
No, of course not. That was fine.
That was fine.
And then
they
go on like, well, this is the same as killing Mike Pence. Yeah, well, do you know what? If there was an attack, let's say in Iraq or another country on the Iranian embassy by an American-backed militia and Mike Pence was fucking there doing it, I'd say, well, hell, fucking mind you, Mike Pence. You shouldn't have been there.
If Pence was there in person orchestrating an attack on an Iranian embassy, then I'd say yes, it was the same. And you know what? We'd all be sat here going, Pence, you fucking tard. What are
General
you doing?
Salamander got too fucking arrogant and confident. What was
Of
it they
course he did.
said just before this? To America, you will do nothing.
Yeah, he's sending him memes. Fucking Facebook's purged it now because Facebook is glorious like that, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
But he's sending him like Game of Thrones memes. It's just like,
To
with his old
Donald
Donald
Trump,
Trump. You
of
fucking
all
idiot.
the people.
Fuck that shit,
Because
man.
they had a spat on Twitter, didn't they? Him and the
Yeah,
Ayatollah.
yeah.
I've never. That was one of the most glorious things I had ever seen. Two leaders of sovereign nations having a fight on Twitter.
Fuck that bullshit, man. 100% stand with America in this regard.
100%.
100%. I stand with the people who don't kill gay people, who don't allow
See,
women to be
can I just
beaten in
say,
the street for not
this
wearing a
this
fucking
person
hijab.
here, Cardini, is going back again saying bollocks, just like the WMDs in Iraq and the Brits will write up the USA's arse. All lies. The USA should never have been there. Blah blah blah. Yeah, fine. I do not support the invasion of Iraq. I
No,
never
of course
did.
not.
But here's the thing. You can come out with that bollocks all the fucking time if it makes you feel better and more superior while you're having a little wank with your friends on social media. Fact is, whether they should have been there or not, why shouldn't there be a US embassy in Iraq?
No,
There, where's one? Whether you think they should be there or not, whether the war was completely unfounded and illegal and incorrect, which I believe it was, the fact is they attacked American soil. And when you do that, you get fucking killed. And
of course.
rightly so.
Like people are dancing around it, man. It's not like WMDs because this happened. The pictures are there. They completely bombed the place, not bombed, but like
Oh, they
fired the
ignore
place
that. Do you not know
out.
that? It's been completely ignored. The pro-Iranian graffiti that was being sprayed around by the people who weren't Iraqis. The Iraqi people saying these people are fucking Iranians.
Mm.
But we'll ignore those people, the brown people that usually they bend over to protect, except they never do because they don't really care. They just want to poke Trump and the US in the eye. And I do get incredibly fucking bored of people in the West taking every advantage of our fucking dreadful history to shit all over it, even though the only reason you have the comfort and the benefits you have is because our countries were such ruthless fucking assholes.
And here's the thing, man. I was against the Iraqi war. I never go on marches. I think they're a fucking joke. But I went on the march against Iraq. I did, even though I knew from a mate. My mate had been recalled. So it was funny because when the decision to go to war was made, I knew for an absolute fact that the decision had already been made months before because my mate had,
Of
had given in
course.
notice. He'd given in
Cool.
notice to leave, and you give it in the British Army. You give a year's notice. And he was like, I think it was 2 months out from going, and they cancelled it. And the only way they're allowed to cancel it is if you're at war.
Hmm.
So the only way for them to legally cancel his quitting the army was if we had already gone to war. So it's so funny. We're all protesting, but the only reason I protested was to try and shorten it. But that's beside the
Well, just say that
point now.
Cardini. I've just explained my thoughts on the invasion of Iraq.
Mm.
Carl Dinney is still saying I'm 2 million dead as if I'm somehow here cheerleading.
No, I'm
They
not
don't listen.
justifying
But
that.
no, these people don't listen. These people do not listen. They do not hear what you're saying because they've got an idea in their heads and they're so fucking simple and lacking in the ability to have any form of nuanced thought that it's you're with us or against us. They've all turned into George W. fucking Bush.
Yeah, I mean, it's perfectly possible for the war in Iraq to have been a mistake, and for soldiers to be there right now by permission of the Iraqi government, which they are. They are legally there, and it is a war zone. So all this shit about it being a war, bullshit. It is a war zone, and the American army are legally there at the request of the,
What
the
was
Iraqi
But
government.
what
There's
was
no
the other one
fucking
that came out?
those two things can exist. The Iraq war was a bad idea, a very bad idea. But
Again,
attacking American soil is also a bad fucking
Barry
idea.
Murtaugh, there's another one. Iran was in the plan with Iraq all along. You know this because everything's a fucking conspiracy. Did Iran do the conspiracy a favour, did it? Is it all fake? Is it all pretend? Everything's a fucking conspiracy. Not that you know anything about it, not that you have any deeper insight than anybody else. Like all fucking conspiracy theorists, it's ignore everything except what suits. No, fuck that. Iran fucked up. It's like when I see people cheerleading Putin. Yeah, I can't help thinking that Boris and Trump are totally outclassed by Putin because they're morons and he's not. Well, of course they're not fucking morons. Of course they're not
Hey,
morons. And Putin's a fucking gangster.
did you see on speaking of Putin though, did you see on Twitter someone was tracking a Russian plane that had like restricted information on it? So some sort of spy plane, some top level thing, and it was flying to like DC area, and then it went whoop all the way down to Mar-a-Lago way. So everyone's going, "Ooh, what's going on with Russia?" Um, it's so funny though that the multiple like realities that people live in, where Trump is like working for Russia, and yet he's also trying to start a war against Russia. And obviously, if you're a conspiracy theory nut and you believe in the puppet masters and all that, you're like, well, it's all part of the plan, isn't it?
Oh,
And it's
everything's a
like,
plan.
no.
Everything's a big plan. And you know what? I admire anyone that can hang on to that level of naivety, thinking that people would work together to it. But someone will bring up the Rothschilds before long. I really can't be doing with that bollocks on this. The fact is, Iran, it's kind of reverse racism. You guys are all racists that just think people are puppets and it's all fake. You're taking away Iran's right to be as much of an asshole as everybody else. Or more so, but no, it's Israel. Israel. Do you know that it came out in Haaretz? It was leaked out, and they're very critical of Israel a lot of the time. Israel were after Salamander. Israel were going to kill him. America tipped the guy off so he didn't get killed. Because it was, at that time, deemed that he'd be more useful alive.
Yeah.
There's a conspiracy to you. I know it doesn't fit because Israel controlled everything. I know how it works for you guys. Israel have the strings and control everybody. But, it's never as simple as you make it out, guys. It's never that fucking simple. The truth is, everyone's a fucking asshole. and the sooner you get around to facing that fact, there are no fucking good guys. What we have to do is pick a side that best suits us. And I'm sorry, I'm going to side with the UK and the US.
Yeah, 100%, man.
100%. I live here and I have family in the US, so they are more important to me. I'm sorry, I'm honest. I'm not all lives are equal. No, they're not. The people that are important to me are more important than everybody else.
I've seen a few people going on about General Salamander. It's saying like about how he was like a big force defeating ISIS, and they're like, "Well, hey, what about ISIS?" And it's like, "Yeah, but you just screaming your ignorance at this point, aren't you? Then, because in terms of the Sunnis and Shiites, that's one of the oldest
not just that, mate,
wars in existence.
Not just
of course,
that.
he killed ISIS because
Stalin fought with us against Hitler.
Yeah,
would
exactly.
anyone like to make the case for Stalin being a good bloke?
Yeah, I know.
Just come on.
Well, probably the same people, yeah. But it's like, dude, you're not realizing that at that point the general had an excuse, and in fact, Time and Vox were like writing fluff pieces about him, whilst he was happily just murdering Sunnis, with the whole world going, "Oh, good lad, good lad." Of course, he fucking did. Of course, he did. But he also murdered non-ISIS ones as well.
And Iranian protesters.
Did you see fucking Michael Moore sending DMs to him?
Not just that.
Fuck
Michael
yourself.
Moore is a dreadful fucking slug.
Oh, he is.
And
He's a
Rose
disgrace.
McGowan, my old friend, who shouted at me in direct messages before blocking me so I couldn't respond to her because I announced the fact that she did, in fact, give a paedophile a free pass. Whilst, if Harvey Weinstein did rape anybody, he deserves to be in prison for the rest of his fucking life. But you know what? If he told women, "Hey, you want to be in a film, you got to suck my wrinkly old man cock," and they sucked it, there you go, transaction. If you don't like it, well, fucking live with it. Everyone over there that's offended now turned a fucking blind eye when it suited their career to do so. He was people, and she's apologising to Iran
with that flag with emojis on. How fucking high are you right now, love? That you don't even search the fuck you. Fucking apologising. They literally attacked America. Literally. And you're going to fucking apologise to them.
Not only that, bitch, they would cover you up or kill you. You've made a fucking porn tape. You are the worst kind of trash to those religious people that run that fucking country.
Fucking Michael Moore the other day as well. He was just a few days out from saying, like, don't trust white people. You're right to fear white people. And it's like, mate, that's literally his mind space. He's like, he's finished just shitting on white people as a whole, all white people, And then he's like, right, what's going on next? Oh yeah, I'm just going to fix Iran. You fucking freak.
Yeah. Do
And
you know what? I really enjoyed Bowling for Columbine.
yeah, no, the dude started in a good
He did
place.
some really interesting stuff. And
Yeah.
then he got caught up in his own fucking importance. The same way I suppose Julian Assange did to some degree. Get caught up in the cult of celebrity and think that all of a sudden you got swag, you've got some junk in your trunk, and dude, you just like you're like a walking advert for diabetes. You've become a fucking caricature of yourself. Most people think you're full of shit, and hardly anyone watches your films now because you jumped the fucking shark. No one
Well,
gives a fuck what
yeah.
he says to Iran.
The problem is though, the likes of MSNBC will repeat him. Like after Trump's first debate, Michael Moore said he's going to win the presidency. So then MSNBC, every time he comes on, they go, "Well, you did predict that," and it's like, yeah, but they then ignore all the bullshit that he says every other day. It's like, well, yeah, of course, the stop clock tells the right time twice a day, doesn't it? But they just keep repeating that. So then he slides in. Well, he doesn't really. He sort of rolls in, doesn't he? And he's
Oils
like,
in.
yes, I did predict Trump, so I'm right about everything. And it's like, you're really not, though, mate. You're so cut off.
I think the problem is he thinks he's right about everything. People that don't like him think he's wrong about everything because we've got this terrible black and white thing going on, haven't we?
Yeah.
Which is entirely down to social media, by the way, because I like many people watching and listening to this, I've been around the internet a long time, around forums a long time, communities a long time, and I can map this downfall of the ability to converse to social media.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Big time.
To algorithms that put people in bubbles. And now we're at a point where everyone's either good, bad.
Yeah.
And it's fucking stupid. It's like Trump. Okay, the guy's a prick. He's done dreadful things in business, but it doesn't mean everything he does is going to be fucking wrong. But they have to find fault with everything. Otherwise, it's an endorsement. Fuck's sake, you can't. There are very few people in the history of the world where you can say every action they did was evil. And pointing out some good that they might have done does not in any way cancel out the evil. It's just an observation on an action or an observation on something they've said, done, whatever. That's all it is. But now it's taken completely out of context. It's like all those people on Twitter, retweet does not equal endorsement.
Yeah.
It's like, 'cause I think on mine it says retweet might mean endorsement, might not. What does it fucking matter? It's just a
As
retweet.
if you need to say that. Yeah, they're so full of shit. It's so ridiculous. I mean, it's been interesting though with this. I think Ricky Gervais, that sort of his